Welcome back, everyone. We are down to the wire now for the Terra Australis versus Is Here at Clan of the Hill, brought to us by SE2C.com. It is Game 7. It is currently 3 apiece. Winner of this best of one will take the series for the King of the Clan of the Hill crown, and as well the bragging rights from between both of these teams. It is going to be TAdeth versus GGakky. I am, of course, unstable. I'm joined here by Sif and, of course, GG Miz, the land Miz. And just a side note, my overlay was up because so no one would really see that. So yeah. But anyway, cross-spawn positions as always. Top versus bottom. Death down here at the 7 o'clock position as the red Terran, and we got Aki at the top right here at 2 o'clock as the green Terran. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Let's get a bit of background information here, guys. So Clan GG, as we all know, has been around for 1 month. They're hosted on the 2bh.org forums. The leader is Miz, who we're joined by here. Say hi, Miz.
Hi, guys.
And we've got Aki here. Now, I might just let Miz fill in us a little bit more about Aki and his style of play and how he became to know Aki. But just before that, I just want to let you guys know that I've seen Aki play quite a few games now. I mean, he was in the Pan Pacific qualifiers and in a couple of 1v1s I've witnessed personally, and very highly skilled Terran player. One of my most favorite, second to voices, that is, Terran players in SC2 at the moment for the SEA server. Miz, what is the situation with Aki? I mean, how long has he been playing? What's his story? What's the rest of it?
Alright, well, I've known Aki for probably about 7 or 8 years. I've played with him on StarCraft 1. I was in the same clan with him, which was Votspa, and he was Votspa Akira. And,
yep.
I guess he just went Akira to Aki. And he was pretty solid back then. The whole Votspa clan, there was only about 8 of us, but we're all pretty solid.
Easy kill and such.
I think he was a Terran player even back then. It's been so long ago that I can't actually remember, but yeah, I think he's been Terran all the way.
Yeah, okay, excellent. And for the rest of you, we do have Death here. I mean, the famous Death, also known as the Death and Pinder kind of team. Member of TA, Death has been at the top of the scene in a lot of high-profile games, almost taking out a lot of tournaments, taking out some others as well. Unstable, I guess you probably know the most about Death here. I mean, do you want to fill us in about him?
Yeah, well, probably the biggest thing that people note about Death is you can't seem to pick a goddamn race. Pretty much every second week he goes from Zerg to Terran, but as soon as he does pick one and stick to it, he's going to be a definite monster in the scene because he has very strong mechanics. He played StarCraft 1 under the ID Dell's mum, I think it was, or something. Dell's boss. No, sorry, it was Dell's boss. My bad. And it was very strong in StarCraft 1. Has been extremely dominant in StarCraft 2 as well. We did see him play a couple of days ago in the TA versus Icon match and completely destroyed. I think it was Miranda Kerr in a TVT. He was very methodical, very mechanically built, and it looks like both players going for some fast expand action.
I would have liked to see Death do a bunker on the lower ground there to complement his fast expansion, but he's not on my team, so I'm happy about that. But it would have made more sense to me. Want to give it away, mate, perhaps.
Well, being Terran, you can salvage that bunker for 100% of its minerals, so maybe he's going to do that a bit later on anyway. One of the things mentioned about destroying Miranda Kerr, I would love to destroy Miranda Kerr anytime, so if anyone actually can put me in touch, that'd be great. Now, we do have Aki and Death both opting for a early expansion. It looks like Death has slightly the advantage there on the timing as far as the build is concerned, but Aki has the positioning already, so it's going to be up and more functional in time. So we're going to see, by the looks of it, fast expand into mid-game. Kind of interesting to see if they're going to go for an air kind of like control map, which is air control build, which would be your Viking Banshee kind of combo, or if they're going to mess up the ground armies. Can I just ask Unstable, what are your thoughts about TVT on this large map? I mean, what kind of strategies do you think we'll be seeing?
I think we'll be seeing a lot of tank placement and drop harass coming from Death. He has gone for that factory. He's got 2 bunkers at the front, but we do have a look back here. We got 4 barracks for Aki, so he's going to be very aggressive, just like last game. I think it's going to come down to, can Death get those tanks up in time? I don't think he is, though. He's still sitting on that 1 Rax. is falling behind in the supply, 36 to 41.
He's going to scout this right now, though. Death moving up into the natural and spotting a bunch of Marines. I mean, there's a massive amount of Marines there ready to push out. There is 2 bunkers, as you said, going down on Sable. And sorry to cut you off, but I'll just let you continue what you're saying there.
We do have 5 racks now coming from Aki, so he's going to be very aggressive with this bio ball. I really want to see Death get some tanks out ASAP. We do have a starport going down now. I'm not sure that's the correct decision. If we have a look here, he does not see these extra racks, and from Aki's position, he does not see that starport. So we do. I just heard an add-on complete. So
we could be seeing. I mean, we do have, as I said, stim being researched. We've got a whole bunch of Marauders Marines being produced still. We do have a reactor going down for the Barracks of Death. So I'm not sure if he's going to be using that to produce Marines, or maybe he's going to go for, you know, a lift of the starport. What are your thoughts there, Unstable?
Well, he just moved his factory around, so there we go. He's going to be dropping a starport on that tech lab, because I was looking at that going, hang on, please get siege mode. But no, he's not, and he's throwing down lots of bunkers at the front. That's definitely going to help him out with this kind of Marauder Marine heavy ball, so it's going to be coming down to how well he can control that. Stim is now finished for Aki, and he's getting concussive, or it's going to finish in about 4 seconds. We do have Cloaked Banshees coming out here for Death, so it's going to come down to can he defend himself in time for to have these Banshees do their work, as we do have a tank coming out and siege mode. Oh my god, this is going to be so close. I don't think he's going to get it out in time. He's going to have 65. Oh, dangerous.
I mean, it's very close as far as the supply cap is concerned, except for the fact that, you know, Aki has a much, sorry, as far as Harvest is concerned, but Aki has a much larger army on 76 as opposed to 62. These bunkers, though, are in an excellent position. As Miz was saying before, he would have liked to see Death, you know, put those bunkers on the lower position there where the natural expansion is, and that's exactly what Death's done. And there's 3 SCVs there. The scan goes down. We have a stim. We're moving in. We've got Marines and Marauders going to work on 1 bunker at a time, which is a really great move. He should have taken out the troops inside that, though, but he's decided to go again. Oh no, he's pulled back completely.
Wow, great reaction time by Death, seeing that scan, instantly moving his SCVs to protect that second bunker, and the siege tank didn't even need siege mode. And I got to say, I think Aki's on the back foot now that Death does have siege tanks, and he's even got Cloak researched. Ooh.
Completely, and we don't actually see any kind of engineering bay going down at the moment for Aki. We've had no scans actually put down in his main to see any kind of tech, although he did use the one on the natural there, so he now doesn't have the advantage of, you know, the extra mule that scan energy used. We do have a Banshee though. It's going to work on the natural expansion there of Aki. It's close. It's not anything that Aki can do about it. He has enough money for an energy now for a scan, but he has no Marines there to kill a Banshee. And quite frankly, I mean, he's trying to save up, but I'm not sure if it's going to be there in time.
Yeah, this Banshee causing havoc in the middle of Aki's base. He does have that extra M&M ball at the front, but there are still 3 bunkers and 2 tanks now for Death. Death looking very strong right now. I'm not sure what Aki's going to be able to do. He needs to find some way to deal with this Banshee, and more Banshees on the way. As, oh my god, he did not get that Banshee. It still does have 20 energy. It's going to come back. It's going to try and get a couple more. Another scan used to kill that Banshee. Oh my god, he got it away again.
Oh no, and we also have another Banshee moving into the main. So we've got 2 Banshees completely separated. One that's got 8 health points there, that's moving back into the middle line and working on one of the supply depots. And we also have a second Banshee going to work, racking enough kills. He's now on for 5 kills. These SCBs have got no chance. Scan goes down. Will this Banshee drop?
No, oh my god.
Once again, make an engineering bay, but made it another barrack.
Oh no, absolutely bad shortcut there. Looks like a bit of a mistake there with regards to the build. He hit BB instead of BE. Massive miss, because you won't even know that's going to happen until it's finished. But he does have an engineering bay going down the natural, but unfortunately the SCV was sniped by the Banshee. Cloaks ran out now for the Banshee. Scans going down. Those Banshees were cleaned up, but very effective harassment. Definitely worth the minerals. Meanwhile, back at Death's base, we do have a whole bunch of Marines and Marauders and tanks and Medivacs being stockpiled, ready to push out, which I dare say will come in a second.
Yeah, unfortunately, I honestly can't see how Aki can come back from this. Some great micro coming from Death. Survived, like, how many scans with that, and his Banshees still lived just because of his reaction time. That was amazing. And really, just a clutch defense really kept him in this game and pulled him ahead. So we do have a lot of units here. I'm pretty sure it's 123 supply, 294. And if we have a look at the income tab, it's 61 to 38. So Aki's not completely out, but he's definitely at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, he really needs to macro hard if he's going to make it back. But the problem is he keeps getting supply cap. He's now stuck on 94, 94, whereas you've got 130 there, sitting quite comfortably with plenty of supply to go for Death. Death, the good thing about Death is that, like, he hasn't had his build being disrupted at all. The Banshees worked more than just the damage they did on the base of Aki. Not only did they disrupt the mining there by killing SCVs and forcing them to go and repair and run away, he also really stuffed up his build. He put under a lot of pressure on it, made some blunders there. Accidentally built a barracks when he didn't want that there. Had to move it. So now he's got 7 barracks. He doesn't have the income to support it. We do have 1,000 income there from Aki, as opposed to at one stage 2,000 there from Def, due to the fact that he can call down mules, while Aki has actually been using his energy for a scan. But now we do see 2 dropships coming in, Medivacs, moving around to the main base. The back line of Aki's, we've got plenty of Marines and Marauders in there, so we could either see SCV kill count, or we could see it's going to be SCV count dropping incredibly, and we've got a main push here from the front. Aki not wanting to commit to either way. We do have Def moving quite aggressively with a whole massive force. We've got Mech and Bio. Aki sensing it coming with his 6th sense somehow, moving his main force back. But if he's actually going to move it back into his main to protect, he's going to have nothing to stop the main army from that Def. But it's not going to be a problem. They will engage. Unfortunately, clumping up just as Siege goes. Tanks going to work on the Marines and Marauders. We've got explosions going everywhere. There's heads and limbs and blood splats, and Aki calls GG.
Wow, those M&M just like completely melted to those tanks. That was awesome. But nicely done. So that will give TA the win here, 4-3. Unfortunate for Clan GG. They will lose their Clan of the Hill spot. And so unlucky, but great games all around.
I would like to also offer my co-Miz